Hey everyone, welcome to another Budget Church Tech video. After the last video on multi-streaming, I had a couple questions about how I'm doing Instagram. So I mentioned Insta in the last video, but didn't really show it because I wanted to focus on the multi-streaming. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm doing Instagram and show you some of the things we've learned along the way. So stick around, another great video of Budget Church Tech. Budget Church Tech. Okay, so let's get started. In our last video, we talked about multi-streaming to Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't watched it yet, it really lays the foundation for what we're going to do next, which is the streaming to Instagram. So if you haven't seen that video, we're going to put a link to it right here. Please go back and watch it so that you understand what's going on with Nginx and S-Tunnel for your multi-streaming to Facebook and YouTube. Today we're going to dive into Instagram. We're going to talk about what my church has been doing through the pandemic to live stream to Instagram, as well as some of the things we learned along the way in terms of the canvas size and getting our stream to show up in a pleasant manner, in a real nicely produced manner on Insta. Before we get into that, I want to say hey and give a shout out to Whitestone Productions. They've been amazingly helpful as I've been starting this channel with learning about overlays and creating graphics and giving me some resources that are helping with that. So check them out. Also on YouTube here, some great content that they're creating. Let's go ahead and jump over to the workstation and get started for our Instagram live streaming. Okay, so first thing we're going to need is the VLC media player. If you don't already have it, it's available at videoland.org. What you really need to make sure of when you're downloading this is that if you're running the 64-bit version of OBS, you have to download the 64-bit version of VLC. If you're running a 32-bit version of OBS, you're going to want to get the 32-bit version of VLC. Or if you're running it on Linux or Mac OS, you want to make sure you grab the right version. The second thing we're going to need to download is YellowDuck.tv. YellowDuck.tv is an app that allows you to live stream to your Instagram. It actually works very well. I've been using it for several months, really since the whole pandemic started with our church. So I'm going to go ahead and download that now because it is not installed on this workstation yet. And we're going to get it installed for you. The installer literally, once you open it, does everything. There's nothing really to click. And it will place the icon on your desktop, which we'll see right here. If you have a dark colored desktop, it is hard to find at times. It will update at launch once it's installed. So we're going to let this update and we're going to pick it back up here in just a moment. Okay, so we've installed VLC Media Player, we've installed YellowDuck. I've already got Nginx running as well as S-Tunnel. So what we need to do is find out what the IP address of this second machine is. You can do that in the command prompt with ipconfig. The IP address here is highlighted, the 192.168.254.199. So we're going to send our IP or our stream to rtmp:// the IP address / whatever you want to name your stream. Mine is set to live. And then your stream key is whatever you want to call your stream key. I'm using test for this particular one. So I'm going to go ahead and start sending the stream. And we're going to go ahead. We can verify that the stream is being received by checking out S-Tunnel. Right now it shows server is idle because we don't have an active Facebook stream. But more importantly, let's launch OBS and we're going to add our VLC media source. Now I've already got my canvas set for the vertical format that Instagram prefers. We set that by going to video. By default, it's set to 1280 by 720, and I'm going to set it back. And we're going to change the output scale resolution as well. We'll save that. so you can see the actual stream come in. So we're going to go ahead and add the stream as a VLC video source. And then to the playlist, we're going to add a path. And we're just going to type in that exact IP address and RTMP. We said /live, and the stream key is test. I've got it set to stop when not visible, because that way if for some reason you do have, for example, a pre-roll that you're sending to Instagram, when you switch to this scene that will be your live video, it'll automatically refresh the network connection. So we'll go ahead and click OK. I'm going to make sure that we are fit to the screen. And unfortunately, we are waiting because I'm using wireless tonight, not wired. There it is. So now we see this is the stream of what OBS is receiving on the other computer. So let's talk about Instagram. Instagram really prefers a portrait type orientation. So to get that, we'll go to Settings, Video, and an easy way to do this is to just invert this from 1280 by 720 to 720 by 1280. And we'll save that. So the first couple weeks we did this, we rotated everything 90 degrees. So when somebody looks at it on Instagram on their phone, they have to turn their phone to watch it. We found the pitfall of this to be that comments would come in from the side and you couldn't read them. Or if people were wanting to interact with the stream, it was more difficult. So the solution that we came up with was we created a graphic that fits in this entire field in that portrait landscape that says, you know, welcome to our church. And in the bottom it says, please share or please like and share. And we instead chose transform, fit to screen, and it scaled it down on the phone. So now they see a graphic that shows welcome to church right across here. They see another part of the graphic down here that says please follow and share, share with your friends, something like that each week. And then any comments and things like that still flow from the bottom, and they can easily interact without the comments being on top of the live stream. So we are receiving this live stream. We are, and you can even see that the VLC video source is getting the sound because I'm talking into a microphone that is connected to the streaming camera, and we're still getting that. So next, what we need to do, we're receiving the stream. Now we need to send it to Instagram. That's where Yellow Duck comes in. We're going to go ahead and log into Insta on Yellow Duck. Just type in your username and password, and then we click Login and Start. This does take about 30 seconds. So they automatically give you the RTMP server and your stream key. All you have to do to get them into OBS is click here to copy. Put that in there. We'll go back to Yellow Duck. Click here to copy the stream key. And you see that we are going to live-upload.instagram.com. Once we save this, we can click Start Streaming. And we are live on Instagram. So it's that simple to send everything to Instagram. I'm actually, and oh, yes, one more thing. Once you stop your stream, which I just did, it will still show that you are live, unless you go here and click save and finish. That will actually end your stream. Otherwise, you'll have a live video with a blank screen, and it's really not necessarily a good thing. So there we have it. We have successfully live streamed to Instagram at the same time as we're live streaming to Facebook and YouTube, using the exact same stream for all three locations. One thing to remember that is a limitation for Instagram and not for Facebook or YouTube is that there is a 1 hour time limit on live videos on Instagram. So if your service is going to go over 1 hour, it may be a good idea to not stream to Instagram, or to plan to have to, at the 1 hour mark, stop and restart your stream, which could cut out 30 seconds of the message or the worship or wherever that falls on your service. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward once you have the understanding of the moving parts. So if there's any questions, throw them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon so you know whenever we post new videos. Thanks again today for watching Budget Church Tech.